session is gonna be about compounding. So I just want to talk about this specifically on a session because I guess a lot of people are still unaware of how much compounding can impact on your trading journey. So imagine like first we'll start off with power of compounding. So it's just strengthening in trading is the ability to just generate exponential growth in your trading account over time by just reinvesting your profits. So when you compound your profits, you're just reinvesting your earnings back into your trading account, which will allow you to potentially earn larger profits on each subsequent trade. So imagine for an example like if you're starting with $1,000 cap, okay? So imagine you're getting a 10% ROI each and like every month, and you're just reinvesting it every month by not taking anything. And if you continue to earn 10% return each month, and you just reinvest your profits, you'll be ending up like $14,000 something in like 3 months. So I'll be explaining on how do we calculate that. So we go on to the site called the calculator site. So you can just calculate everything: simple interest, compound, daily compounding, and forex, literally everything here. So I just suggest you guys to just check this website. Yes, let's start off with the compound interest. So imagine you're starting off with let's assume like, okay, you're starting off with $1,000. So on an average, I'm just gonna tell about each and every level of traders. So if you're a beginner, uh, try to aim for like 10 20. That is pretty high in stock market. I mean, like in crypto is not that high, but just don't be too optimistic about this. So interest rate should be uh, let's keep it as 25. It's not a big deal to make 25, but it has to be consistent, right? So let's not keep it to 100 or 200 or 300. Let's not be too optimistic. So I'm keeping the interest rate to 25, and I'm just gonna put 6 months over here, and you just calculate it, and your account value will be $3,800. And you can literally see the you can literally see the table here. What's happening here is you're just gonna reinvest with your cap, right? So assume that first month it's gonna be 1,000, and the next month, I mean end of the month, you're gonna get 1.25. So you're gonna reinvest again, and from that you're gonna get 10%, like 25% gain again, and that'll be 1.5. So if this is gonna continue, that's gonna be an exponential growth on your account in a couple of years, or maybe in a month. It depends on your strategy. So you'll be getting around 3.8. So let's assume if someone is making just 10% a month, 10% is not even a big deal. I mean, if you follow a proper system, and if you don't gamble, and if you don't like if you don't I mean like overtrade, let's assume you're just aiming for 10%. Like if their work goes, and if people couldn't concentrate full time in trading journey, they are just aiming for 10% a month and calculating for 6, still you'll be ending up with good profits, $700. I mean, it seems like it's pretty low, but compared to the forex traders, like forex and stock markets, they aim 5 to 10 a month. But of course their cap is so high, they must be trading with 100k, $500,000 or $1 million. But yeah, that's why they aim for less. Like on a 100k account, even a 1% return will be like okay, $1,000. So that's pretty high for a week or a day if they trade with that lot size. Let's not talk about that. So let's start with the 1,000. So this will be your thing, and imagine I'm gonna put it to 3 years. Sorry, this is months. And I'm calculating it, and you'll end up with 30k, literally 30k. If you consistently get 10% ROI every month, and you just reinvest it again over your capital, by 3 years your capital will be around, like your solid return will be around 30k. So you can use this strategy. You can maybe try this strategy with maybe putting $1,000 in a different broker and just aiming for just 10% a month, not more than that. You can also do that, but of course, if you're gonna aim for 25, you're going up, beyond your system, right? So you're gonna develop a new strategy. So the motive behind this is like I'm telling you to stick with one particular strategy, one or two, which is consistent for you guys. Like we need to make money, but the thing with crypto is like we don't want 2x or 3x in a day or so. We just, even if it's 0.5 or 1%, it has to be consistent over the time period. So that's how we grow in a long term, and it's sustainable in a longer run. So that's the main reason behind this. So imagine if someone is making I can see there are a lot of traders who are actually doubling their amount. So let's assume 100. I mean, you're doubling it every month and not gonna put years. Let's assume it for like 6 months. So this is 100. So imagine you're investing $1,000. Your profit should be $1,000. So literally a 2x. And I'm gonna compound it for 6 months, and you're gonna get almost 65k. If I put 8 or something, it'll be above 100. Yeah, it's 256. Let's stick with 7. Yeah, 128k. This is certainly possible. It's not like this is not like something which is unusual in trading. This is certainly possible, but only for the traders who are actually following the systems and just having every strategies on their hands, and they just are doing a disciplined trade. If you know what I mean, like they're not over trading. This is 2x. 2x is also possible. Like, I'm not even kidding. Maybe 3x, 4x is also possible, but it doesn't gonna happen every month, right? So market's not gonna be your friend every month. So this month it's pretty volatile, and some days it's pretty choppy. So December and Jan it was good for me, but this month hasn't been the best. So that's the reason we just stay away from the market in these kind of days. So this is for 100. This is optimistic, but yeah, it's possible. I'm not saying it's impossible. If you aim for 50, and imagine you're having 1,000 and you're aiming for 50 ROI every month, that'll be $500. And for 12 months, if you're gonna do it consistently, you'll already be 100k plus. You can literally see the breakdown over here, the balance and the acquired interest and the total ROI. So this is for the monthly compound, and let's get into the daily compound. I mean, it's for the day traders and the people who actually trade regularly. So this is for the swing traders. I mean, the workovers and the ones who are not interested to spend their whole soul in trading, right? So I'm just talking about them for this one. This is just swing. Like they just take one or two trades and they aim for like 20 profits, 20% profits with like low leverage, like 3x or 5x. This is for them, and let's jump on a daily. So this one, okay, same 1,000 for this, and let's aim for 2% a day. Two is, I mean, two is even if you can aim in spot or even you can aim with leverage, but I'm just saying. So let's keep. How much can we keep? Let's keep 3 months. And I don't want to include weekends because not all the weekends the market is going to have a good volume. So let's eradicate the weekend. So we are not going to trade in the weekends. So I just click this no, and daily invest rate should be 100. And we are starting at, let's say we are starting at April, May, and June. So we're gonna aim for 2% a day with our $1,000 capital, and for 3 months, if we are doing it consistently, we'll be having $3,600. Literally 2% a day. I mean, we're not even trading in the weekends. If we trade in the weekends, it'll be even more. It'll be around 6k. I know there are some traders, they actually make like 5, 10, 50. Like anything can be possible in this crypto world. So that is the thing. It's so subjective to person. It depends on the market conditions also, and it depends on your mindset in your trading journey. Imagine we are just aiming for 1% a day, and we're gonna do it for 1 year. 1% is it's just no brainer. I mean, but you have to be consistent on this. So we can include weekends. Yes, daily invest rate is 100, and we're gonna calculate, and we have $38,000 in 1 year. If we just gain 1% a day, that's all. Just 1%. Imagine you're gonna aim for a target of how much we can say 0.1% in on the spot, and you're going with 10x leverage. So that'll be 1%, right? And 0.1% move, it's not even a big deal in the market. So that's how you trade. And also, however, it's also important to note that compounding works both ways, either ways. So if you experience losses simultaneously, it could affect the same way. That's what I meant. Right? They can also compound over time and lead to a significant decrease in your trading account. Therefore, that's where you need to have a solid plan in a place to just manage your risk carefully and to minimize and maximize your chances of success. So these stuffs comes under risk management. You'll be learning in the next session also about risk management and stuff. So this is how you calculate and set a plan. Just make sure you actually follow a plan. Just don't trade like jump into trading view and you see a setup and just don't dive into a trade immediately. We don't know how it's gonna go. Always wait for your levels. Be like a cheetah in the market. Like you have to be so patiently waiting, and you have to be catching the prey in like 3-4 seconds, because cheetah can't run more than like 2-5 seconds. So that's how it works. But it's so it hunts so precisely. You got to be a cheetah in the market and have like one or two strategies. Even if you have one strategy, you can still be a successful trader. I'm not even kidding. You can be a successful trader. Imagine there are a lot of strategy like double bottom, double top, literally a lot of million strategies. So whenever you like develop your conviction on the strategy, back test or live test in those strategies, and just work on that, and practice only that. If something is not coming for you, experiment it. If you have something better than that, you can always stick to that, and just develop the strategy and aim like trade only you get that chart or that strategy in the trading view, or else never even just think about entering a trade. Like it's almost like gambling, right? We don't know what's gonna happen. So have a strategy, have a plan, have a system, follow it, and you can actually win with this strategy, the compound interest. Imagine 5% a day. That is possible. If I'm being optimistic, this is optimistic. Like if you're aiming for 2x in a day, this is being like too optimistic. It's still possible, but not all the days. So you don't want to aim for that. Even if the market is going beyond your profit, just come out of the profits, because you'll never know. It could hit your stop loss in a second. So that's how market changes with high volume in the game with all these institutional traders. So interest rate is 5, and I'm just giving 6 months here. So you're having a cap of $1,000, and your interest rate, like your ROA, should be 5% a day. That means, of course, you're not going to do spot. Spot doesn't work here. So imagine you're aiming for 1% move a day on BTC or ETH. So 1 into, if you do 5x lev, that'll be 5%. So in spot, you can aim for 1 or zero point 0.1, and you can adjust your leverage. So that is also one of the risk management strategy. You should know when you should go 5x and when you should go 10x and when you should go 20x. I prefer to not go beyond 10x, regardless which type of trade you're taking. It can be swing or it can be intraday. I never go 10x most of the time. Like 90%, I just stick below 10. On the swings, I go 3, 4, 5, something like that. So you can actually put 5 to 10 on the scale, because we're just aiming for 0.5 or 1% move, right? So it's not gonna affect your capital. I mean, it's not gonna hit your stop loss. Even if it hits, it's not gonna be that big. So imagine our interest rate is 5, and 6 months. I'm keeping it as 6 months. Let's include weekend, no, and we are starting from next month, April 1. No, we are starting from April 2. April 1 is full stay. I don't want to keep that. Okay, you'll literally be up $500,000 in how months? 6 months, just 6 months. If you aim for 1% a day in BTC, like 1% is not even a big deal, but it's not gonna happen every day. That's the deal here. It's easy to say 1% a day, but market's not gonna give 1% every day, right? Look at how choppy it is. BTC is literally moving how much? 111, and it's so hard to catch a scalp in this. But if we still aim for that, like let's check ETH or something. Okay, this is a perfect lower high structure. Imagine you're taking a trade here, and you're just aiming for one is literally here. It's not even far. Let's jump on for 5 minutes. Okay, if you're gonna aim for 1%, make sure your stop loss is at least 0.5. Don't keep your stop loss at 0.3 or 0.2. Don't be too optimistic about this also, because how much compact the stop loss is, it could easily hit your stop loss. And people ask like, what's the solution when I keep or enter trade? Like that's why you need to be good in the charts. Like you have to get the possible lowest entry, in the sense these two are the lowest entry. Like try to enter in these areas. Imagine you're entering here, it's still going down, but your stop loss is gonna be high. It's gonna be like 0.5 or zero point 0.6. The reason behind that, you always keep your stop loss before the wick, right? Like the previous one. So if you keep it here, and if you aim for like 1%, okay, one is here. That's all. You just need to set a level. You just no need to watch these trades. Just set a level, just set an alert, and set a market order that you're gonna exit 100% of your trades here, and done 1% a day. So the reason why I'm telling to not enter here is, of course, your stop loss is too high. You must look at the stop loss. 1:1. So 1:1 is risk reward is almost kind of gambling. I would never take 1:1. Of course, it's subjective. You can play it better with it, but I'd never go for it. So always aim for, like, imagine if you're aiming for 1% of gain, your stop loss should be 0.5, not more than that or not below that, because it could easily hit that. So that's why trading is so simple. Like, we just risk 2% to just gain. We just risk 1% to gain 2%. That's all. It's as simple. It's all about risk management. It's not even not your strategies or not your most of the things. You have to just get with that mindset first. Let's say we are entering here. We are entering here in this red candle, and our stop loss should be above this, right? Because this is a wick, and we are aiming for one, and one is already here. It's here. So that's all. This trade literally happens in like how many minutes? 45-50, max to max an hour. Even if the market has less volume, it'll be max to max 2 hour. That's all. And this is one, right? So add 5x leverage to this, and this will be 5% more, 5% total ROI. So 5% daily. So 6 months. Just need to be consistent. And daily inverse trade is 100. You're supposed to not take any profits out. You could still take, but stick to a rule. Like, develop the strategies. Test with $100. Not even gonna use 1,000. In 6 months, we'll be still with $500,000. What's your strategy? 1% a day, 5x leverage. So that'll be 5% ROI a day, and we're not gonna include weekends. This is only for for 5 days. This is only for the weekdays. I'm not including Saturdays and Sundays over here. So daily inverse rate is 100, and the target is 6 months. So we're gonna run this strategy for 6 months, and we'll be ending up with $500,000. So this is the spreads you can see here. So that's how you compound, because you're just reinvesting everything on your capital, right? So whenever you trade, it just gives you an exponential grow in your trading account. $100, 3 months, 5% a day, will be up much, like you'll be up 2,200, and your return on it, your ROI will be like 2.4k with just $100. But of course, we're not gonna get 1% every day. Sometimes, some days we end up in loss. So that's the reason I tell you guys to take one trade a day. Like, imagine you lose this trade and it hits your stop loss. What you should do, you should take one more trade. You can try. You can give one more attempt, and if you're taking this trade, if it hits, it's okay. And imagine, let's assume this one is also gonna hit your stop loss. Let's assume we are taking here, and you're keeping your stop loss somewhere here. Let's assume this also eats your stop loss. So this is your trade 2, right? So just close your lap and just do something else. So that's the system I was talking about to you guys beginning, right? So that's the deal here. Make sure you just follow your plan, and that'll follow you. Just 1 or 2 trades a day. No, that's all. Max to max. That's all. The first trade, if you gain on the first trade, that's all. You're done for the day, because you already achieved your target, right? 1% with 5x, and you're done. Don't go for the second one. Of course, our greediness will not let us to stay, but try to control your emotions. That's all. You have to suppress everything when you come into this game. So just never go for second trade. I mean, you can, but only if you get like high convictional or high RR setups, which you are like 100% confident that it'll hit. You can take in that case, because you don't want to miss some moves like that. You can go aggressive on those cases, but not every time. So let's assume like you're gonna lose on both the trades. That's all. You're done for the day. The reason is, if you're gonna take more and more trades, you'll not have that emotional, you'll not have that state of mind where you can actually think. Your brain will not be working. Your heart will be working. Like, you'll get into an emotional state where you just go on revenge with a trading account. So that's how a lot of traders, they just blow up their accounts. Just don't compare with people. If they say like they are taking like 20-30 trades a day and they are still winning, it might work for their personality, but not for everyone. Just make sure to stick with what works for you, what's best for you. That's all I want to say about this risk management. So do we have any doubts on this? risk management. I mean, like the compounding.
Yeah,
Oh,
hi Dale.
yo, what's up? What's up?
I have a question.
Yeah,
With this daily compounding,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
if you are starting at, let's say, £1,000,
okay,
or $1,000, and
okay,
you're reinvesting the $1,000 when you win it. So is it
okay.
like this $1,000 you are trading straight away $1,000, or is it when you are doing this 5x leverage?
I mean, like, I'm just talking about this capital, right? Low. So imagine if your capital is $1,000. So if you
Yeah,
increase it to 5x, your capital is literally $5,000, right?
yeah,
So I'm not talking about that. So you have to be versatile. You have to adjust your leverage on your trades. Like, just make sure you have a quality setup. If the setup is not like you're not getting that much confident, just try with 3x or 2x or 4x. But make sure you just aim for 5% a day. But I'm just being okay. Let's keep it with 3% a day. I'm just killing 5% here. 3% is not even a deal. Like do with 3x level and aim for 1% move, or even if you can aim for like 0.5% move with like 6-10x leverage, and you'll be still ending up with these percentage a day. You got my point?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so you just reinvest, or you can take it again back and you can just play with it. Just do one thing, just start with $100, or even if possible $10. But $10 is not gonna give a good impact. Just start off with $100. Aim for okay, let's say okay, 1% a day. That's all. This is the total ROA. That means you can aim for zero point 0.1 move and you can keep 10x leverage, or you could aim for zero point 0.5 move and you can keep 2x leverage. But our total ROA should be 1% a day, with $100 and include weekends, because scalping is you can do anytime you want. So 6 months, and you will be up $600. This is pretty less, but this is with the risk is really low, right? Like that's why you need to have a high cap when you do compounding. And a lot of people have been asking, like, how do I get the cap? How do I get the cap? Like, how do I get 10k? How do I get 100k? This is how this is one of the way to increase your cap. uh, and calculate, you'll be up $6,000. So imagine you're just having $1,000. You'll be earning you'll be getting like $6,000 in 6 months, and within 1 year. So it's gonna actually grow a lot, right? Like, so that's how compounding works. So if you're gonna add like years or so, like I'm adding like 5 years or something, and just be ready to see what you're gonna get now. You're gonna get this. You could literally laugh, but yeah, if you follow this plan, 1% a day, overall, like ROA, I'm saying, not on the adding leverage. This is overall, 1% a day, $1,000, 5 years. And let's keep daily invest rate as how much? Let's say we are taking out 5% of profits every day. Okay, let's say we are taking out 90%. Let's say we are keeping 90% in, and we are taking out 10% profit every day, because of course we need for our necessities, right? So that's 2 years. Okay, so to reach $1 million, you just need like 2 to 2.5 years. To keep it as 3 years. That's all. 3 years, you could literally get this capital. You can literally get this amount. It's not even like a joke. We have all the proofs here. Like, how are we breaking down into this? So are you cleared?
Yeah, I'm clear.
Okay,
Thank you.
cool, man. Okay, so is there anything else you guys wanna shoot up? You could ask me on the chat also if you don't wanna talk. Else I'll just move on with the next thing. Okay, perfect. So, end of this topic. You guys just played out. This site is called the calculator site. So this one is the best. Don't just go into others. There are formulas too. You can try with the formulas, but of course, when you have some stuff like this, why would you want to try with this? So you can just go. Make sure you just add this to your browser and just make sure you track everything, and you can literally play with it. There is also forex and compound. I haven't used forex, but you can try daily and compound. This is for swing, and this is for day traders. Okay, so let's jump into market analysis. So let's see what is our friend BTC doing this week. Okay, it's it's perfectly going on the direction. I mean, it's perfectly staying inside the box. It's just stuck on a limbo. It's not wanna do a breakout on either sides. I posted the chart like 2 3 days ago. It was here, and it's almost like it's 99% acting according to that. So on BTC, let's start off with weekly. So that's how you trade weekly first. Okay, weekly is almost the same. The levels are pretty same here. It's not going to give a breakout, and we have a large imbalance in the market. There's a solo, there's literally a virgin candle over here. It has to be filled, maybe now or maybe after testing this level. So in case like 90% BTC is going up, I mean, not it's not going to start a bull run, but 90% it's going to touch this level, 27k, and here is our balance zone. So this is the zone. This is a naked candle, like the naked area, and this is virgin, and this has to fill this one. Let's get a 4 hour. So important levels to take a long or short position is this one. The green one is where you take a long, and the sell side red one is where you take a short. So till then you can scalp or you can intraday or do whatever thing you want. But if you're aiming for a larger profit, like let's assume like you're aiming for 5 or 10% profits, aim like take a trade when it crosses these level. The level is 21.4 for sell side and 24 for buy side. Buy side sell side is nothing but support and resistance. So these are different terms we use in smart money concepts. So I'm just expecting it to. So we have a virgin candle here, right? We can see a big ass red candle here. So the price liquidity has to touch this before going down, or it has to touch this, and it can either give a breakout. I most probably likely to happen is it could come here till this zone, and it could reverse from here, and it could go all the way to our target. So that'll be 27. There's a theory in this thing. Let me pull up that. So we call it as Elliott wave theory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is one. And yeah, so the last one. So there is this theory called Elliott wave. Whenever there is a strong market structure or a strong trend, it'll make sure that it fills all the five sides. So I am expecting this one to be on the upper side as well because the trend is so intact. It's not gonna dump. It hasn't given a short signal yet. Like I said, if I have to short, the first confirmation is this zone, and the second confirmation. This is the final confirmation. Like you can be super confident to short. That is this zone, this support area. This is one key level here. That is 20.6 and 22.306. What you could do, sorry, 21.2. What you could do, you could short some here and keep a stop loss here, and when it comes here you could add some more positions here, like you could DCA your short position. If it does break down below this, it's going here. That is 19.1, and the reason behind that, these wicks. So whenever like this is one of the tip, whenever the market is falling, make sure you keep your targets on the previous wick high. This is the high, right? This one is high. Don't keep it here because it's going to touch here. It's actually acting as a support. So keep your target here. So that's why I'm keeping my target to 19.16. So this is for the downside, and let's check for the upside. Yeah, I already told you about the upside. So I have to make sure BTC breaks this zone first. And what it can do, it can go touch here or it can go here, give a breakout, and it should retest. It should retest till here, or it could also retest till here. So that's where you DCA. So imagine if that's happening and it's going here. And expecting a strong bearish momentum on this zone. I don't 99% it's not gonna go above this. That is, we don't have that much buying pressure because the buying pressure was pretty much lot when compared to the last selling side. So it's been there since the Jan, and market has still been on a short-term bull run. So we don't wanna give a target above that, and we don't wanna think okay, it's gonna start a bull run or something. Now it's 99%. There is no possibility of a longer term bull run. So let's say we can hit this bottom and then we go above. So the last bottom will be checking the weekly, and you all know where's the bottom gonna be. So this one. So this is the area which I am eyeing on. Like this is literally a Black Friday discount sale. Like everyone is waiting, but 50 chances are there. Like it could go here, but it's still going down. But I don't know where it's going. It could either go down to this area of 18K, and it could do a sideway for like 6 months or even 3 months, and then it could dump here, or it could straight away dump here, or it could not even go here. But yeah, let's see what's gonna be the downside. But based on the charts and based on the previous histories, it has Bitcoin has chances to go here because the next halving is on next year, right? So until then, the market is going to be still on consolidation, and there are a lot of institutional aiming for this area because they're just waiting to give the discounted entry as possible, and this zone is literally pretty much so cheap because the next bull run, the all-time high, it's gonna be twice, right? Like at least 100K. 100K is literally here. That'll be literally how much in BTC. If you don't want to risk in alts, imagine you only play with BTC because it has high volume. If you get your coin here and if you aim for 100K, GG's. So you'll be ending up in 7x just in BTC. Then imagine the alts. Alts will be 10x than this. So in alts, you'll be literally getting like 20, 30, 40. It depends on which alt you're investing. So that's why you need to diversify your portfolio. So imagine like if you're going to be a long term investor, split up into 4 5 types. Like take 50% out and invest on ETH and Bitcoin like 25 25. Your 50 is out now, and with the remaining 50, use the first 30% to just invest on the good market cap points like LTZ, which one? XRP is still going on a case, but this has a lot of potential. Invest on XRP and invest on what else? ADA, Matic and all. I'm pretty sure it's so solid. So you could blindly invest on Matic, but of course NFA. I personally hold a lot of Matic, so you could invest on Matic and you fill your 30% with these coins, and remaining 20% you can play with the lower market caps like OP, the lower alts, like these coins. These coins has a good potential on the longer run. The AA coins, Ocean, Fit, so you could do that. So that's how you play with your portfolio. So you have to follow a diversified plan on that. Okay, so BDC, you all probably know what's the next scene, and let's check these trades now. So I just cooked an analysis on Decentraland, Mana, and Solana, but I'm just waiting for the level. That's why I didn't post it. But I'll be posting it when I get a good confirmation. So I'll just break down the charts for you. So the reason why I am going to take this trade is, so this was the bridge, literally the bridge support, and you can see the price gave a breakout below this, so it breached this zone. So this is the first confirmation that the trend has switched to bearish from bullish. Like this is also a bearish sign, but we didn't have confirmation yet, right? Because it could come here and it could reverse here also, so that could also happen. So we have to wait for the perfect signal. So this one is the first signal on the daily, and I'm going on the hour. I'm going on the 2 hour. So this was the second signal for me. So price is literally breaking each and every liquidity here. This was the first liquidity, this was second, this was my confirmation here. So right now I'm expecting Two chances likely to happen here. So one is price could get till here. This is imbalance zone. I mean the virgin candle. It could get till here and it could reach my target. My target is all the way here to 0.46, and that'll be literally like 18.6 percentage more. You'll be just done for the whole month. If you're gonna do 3 or 5x, if you do 5x, you'll be almost like 2x up. So this could happen. This is likely to happen, or it could get here, give a breakout. So this is the buy side liquidity area. The VIX could give a breakout. It could retest here, and then it could go fill this gap. So this is one FEG lying over here on these zones on 0.6 to 0.61. This FEG is already done. So if you see this naked chart, if you see this candle, the virgin candle, it's already been filled by this area. This was the naked area. It came all the way down here, and it filled. So this is accomplished. So this is confirmed. So it doesn't make sense if it has to go again to that area. It doesn't attract. So whenever you see these type of area, right, when the candles are unfilled, like naked, like imagine there is a magnet on the opponent side which is just attracting it. So that's how we imagine. Like let's get with the pick. So that this is one magnet area which is here, and the next one is here. So there are two magnets. So now you must be familiar with how it's gonna work. So price, the liquidity area here, it just attracts the price to come there, then to make whatever move it should certainly make. So this is likely, this is plan one, and this one is plan two. So what I will do is, I'll enter 50% here, and I'll just trail my stop loss because 99% it's going down. But even if it's hit your stop loss, it could go to this second FVG zone area here. So this is first plan. I'll enter some here, and I'll be entering 60-70% over here on this zone, and same targets. Your target will be around 22%, and your stop loss should be above this area. That'll be your buy side liquidity. Okay, so this is pretty much the plan for mana. You could try with play. You can play with your own stuffs inside this, but let me post when I get a proper signal.
Yeah.
So
Dave, sorry to interrupt you there.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. What's up, man?
yeah, yeah, very really enjoy what the way you analyze the chart just based on the what is showing up there. You're kind of able to unfold the potential options available. Really impressed. I just want to drag you back a bit there. Is mana in? I just want to know, is mana in your list, or how do you find mana? And because there are thousands of altcoins are available, why mana kind of
Uh,
get to,
okay,
in what
so
way? There's a, yeah.
yeah, it's a good question, but I'll explain it. Like there is one dumb way I can do, because mana was my first coin. I pretty much made a lot of gains, so I really like this coin. Regardless, it's kind of like a lucky coin for me, but it shouldn't be for
I
you.
see.
This is a dumb reply, so it doesn't have to make sense. The second reason is mana is one of the, it has some good volume towards it, because it's a decentral coin, right? So they do have their game and metaverse thingy developing on the progress. So I do believe this should work, but this one I'm not gonna invest. This is not for investing. This is just for trading, right? It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Regardless
yeah,
the coin type, we just need a trade setup. That's all. It's as simple. Even if it's a shit coin like Doge or Shibu, which doesn't even have like utilities, if we get a good setup, we just need to trade it, and we
yeah.
just
That's
need to
why the
say,
point I want to make is that how do you,
yeah,
because there, if I have my watch list, do you only play those coins in a watch list, or
yeah.
how do they qualify to be in a watch list? Do they have to
Okay,
be top 100 or
so
top 50 or top 30?
let me go to CMC and
Mm,
make sure you go to crypto, and make sure to select any coins within top 100. And not all the coins have the same amount of volume. So some coin you
yeah,
actually know some fundamental, or you're actually familiar with the name, right?
yeah,
Like you're gonna check the
yeah,
circulating supply, and you're gonna check how you're gonna track his history. Like imagine we are gonna check dot and Solana, we can blindly invest on those coins. I mean, not invest, we can blindly trade. So
yeah. So you want to
99.9,
do trading?
Yeah, so let's keep an example of, imagine there's going to be a coin called ocean tomorrow. So I don't
Yeah,
need to check how it's going to be or how it has in the longer run. If
yeah,
it has if it has
yeah.
a clean setup, if it has a clean setup which could give me like a good returns over a month or over a day, over a hour, I would just simply cook and enter the setups. So that is number
Yeah,
one,
based
how
on
to.
what you were saying there, right? You were
Yeah,
saying that based on the way you qualify as your setup, I'm just trying to get into your brain and understand and comprehend how to do that. Yeah, basically you're looking for FEG, you're looking for the sell side liquidity, buy side
yeah,
liquidity, and
yeah,
then is there something that when you, because the chart I can keep click and then next and next and next, and what I'm looking for to find the setup, you see, so to
yeah,
find the setup, so basically we're looking at are they in a range, are they in your FBG area, are they in the MetNet area, is that
exactly,
is that what is that what makes you think that this is the setup that you like to have, because
exactly,
I can keep
exactly.
just flipping and flipping and flipping if there
Yeah,
is
yeah.
no, yeah. So what do you see? Basically, let's say you flip to a couple of these, like let's say the chart that you have, the
Mm-hmm.
list that you have there.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you think, okay, I can do something about this. There is something for me to trade in this. Let's say
Okay.
if we do another, yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm pretty much getting what you're trying to say. Even I had the same issue when I started crypto. Like I used to have like 30, 40, 50 coins on my watch list, and I
Yeah,
used to end up
yeah,
losing everything. So this is
yeah.
still not, to be fair, this is, I just need to clear this stuff. I don't want to trade these much coins, but most of the coins I don't trade because I'm just tracking some of the coins because not all
So,
the
but it's
coins is
good.
yeah, not
Yeah,
all the
it's
coin
good.
follows
Yeah,
BTC. So I'll just give you a tip.
mm,
So these two coins
yeah,
are so similar, pretty much similar. They
yeah,
just they are so like they are like husband and wife in crypto market. So they follow so similar.
yeah,
So like even if you do
yeah,
analysis for BTC,
yeah,
it'll be almost the same for ETH. So just check the chart. I'm just showing you the chart. Look how the pattern is.
yeah,
You could see the pattern, right?
yeah,
The same pattern.
yeah,
But
yeah,
if you get in the next zone, this is Matic. Matic will be completely different.
mm,
Can you see, right?
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
following the
So
same.
at the moment, you think there's any trade or not?
No,
Just based on
that
what you're seeing there.
that is
You're
no
seeing
trade
a
setups here.
2 hour time frame.
No,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just
Why there's no
so
trade set up?
so I'll explain you, Ocean. Like my plan to pick a coin. I'll explain you from the beginning, from scratch. Okay, so hear me out.
Very
So when
good.
I
Thank
wake
you.
up, when I no issues. So when I wake up, I just jump into the daily and I start off with BTC. And you just don't no need to test mouse or something. Just go to your keyboard and click down arrow. I check ETH.
Yeah.
I check Matic. I check all pretty much the first 5, 10 coins which has good volumes, and that'll be BTC, ETH, Matic, ADA,
Mm.
LTC. These coins, the coins which everyone is familiar of. So I just check them. I just check the daily, and I just see those levels, like what can be done. So this is
See those level.
this one already left our bus, right? So I just simply move on to the next one. This one
Which
is pretty.
level? Because that one have to change of the structure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the levels are this one. So when okay, I'm telling you about the imbalance, right? So this imbalance is almost filled. Can you see
Mm. Okay.
the wick? So this imbalance, I'll tell about the concepts in the next session because you'll
Okay.
definitely not be having the same doubts in like 3 months. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
explain
Good.
about those strategies, and I have some indicators on those smart money concept where you don't need to really find the imbalance and FPG manually. So I'm just trying to find out some good indicator, or else I could develop my own. So for this
Yeah.
smart money and price action, so that would be pretty much more convenient for you. So
Yeah.
here is my plan. I just check the daily. I just see those levels because so this one it's not gonna be as easy to check the key levels through eyes, but this is my daily routine, so I know what will likely happen. So I'm not investing my time in any other activities since I'm a full-time trader. So in the morning I just check the daily, and these
Uh,
ones having a lot
How
of
about the
wicks.
previous one? It's nearly touched the
This one,
yeah.
this one is almost touched. Check here, this wick. This was the imbalance area, and this is already here, right? Can you see?
Okay. So you're looking for imbalance. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So the
So you're not
first
looking at your last candle. You're not looking at the last few candles that is
no,
forming.
no, 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 no. I don't really trust candles, bro, because candles 50 it just has 50-50 chance to do the proper movement. I mean, in daily candles pretty much own fake, but I don't actually believe candle. Look at this bullish candle here, and look what happened here. So that's why I always wait for my confirmation. I don't actually trade with candles. I just trade with market structure and liquidity. So that's the
Mm.
fundamental, right? Like we are hitting the language directly. What's happening? So this
How
one is
about
here.
this one? It formed kind of
Yeah,
a
yeah,
double
yeah.
bottom.
This one literally has the
Yeah,
perfect
this
setup.
one.
We can see literally a
Yeah,
big naked candle here. So this is so virgin,
yeah.
and this needs to be here. So what I'll do, I'll simply move AVAX into my setup. So I have separate sessions.
See.
So this is setup. So
Okay.
I just
Very
move to
good
the
tips.
setup. Yeah.
Mm.
So this is just a, like, how do I say? This is
Yeah, that
just
one
a,
is good now. You see the one that we had there that is almost dropping into the FVG
yeah,
area. You know, the one
and
that you draw?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And almost like all are like they're all in the same, they're all same gang, right? So they all share the information with each other.
yeah.
So let's assume this pattern is almost filled and find pattern similar to this setup. So this one is almost similar to a AVAX, right? Look at this,
Yeah,
almost.
AVAX. Yeah, let's do the
So
AVAX. Let's say,
yeah,
yeah,
so this one already gave us the signal. Okay, which coin were we? I think I lost. Okay, it's the dot. This is almost the same, right?
yeah.
This is almost
Dot.
pretty much having
Mm.
the same pattern. Like first identify which coins have the same pattern in the market. There must be, I'm pretty sure there shouldn't be like more than 7 or 10 patterns in the market. In one or the other way, each and every alts must follow the same pattern. Main
Yeah,
pattern is BTC, but it should follow the
yeah,
pattern with this correlated to that. So next one, HBR. This is pretty much wick. When you see these many wicks, try to stay away. Not on the daily, on the 1 hour or 2 hour. One daily has a lot of wicks. These one didn't have a good setup. There is no a proper, risk reward setup on these thing here. This one is also having a pattern, but we already have some good quality coins here. So there'll always be a different bias. The more you look into your chart, the more you're gonna get influenced by the market. The first impression
yeah,
will always be the best. Just keep that in mind. The first impression, whenever you see the chart, right? Like the first impression,
yeah.
we got to know that AVAX is gonna dump. And
AVAX,
if
AVAX
you
is good.
gonna if yeah you just no need to do a detailed in-depth analysis, because I'm still start to do doing analysis on these. I just added it to my short list, to my setup. I made to do analysis. I made to confirm what's going to be the entry, what's going to be my stop loss, and what's going to be my target. So we didn't do that. This is first step I'm telling. Okay, so
Yeah.
we just gathering some essence. Okay, this one
Mm-hmm,
doesn't
mm-hmm.
have. This one is also pretty much. This one is already done deal.
No.
So these one are
This one.
for spots. I don't trade futures with this. This is just for the spots.
No.
I just invest on these coins for a longer run.
Mm.
And okay, so getting back to these three setups, so we can do a live analysis for AVAX. Okay, so
Yeah,
this is
AVAX is
AVAX.
good. Yeah.
So now I just check in depth. So what happened here? So check the previous wick. This is the previous wick. You can see here, right? So this was the buy side liquidity.
Mm.
And you can see price actually breached that zone, right? It breached this zone.
Yeah.
So whenever this happens, 99.9% the market, the trend is intact. I mean, if this is going to happen, 99% it's going to go further from this. Like it's going to go here, or it's going to achieve this target. But what can be done, what can happen is, like, people say your stop loss is getting hit, right? You shouldn't just
Mm.
you shouldn't give an entry here. Wait for the imbalance area, and this is the imbalance area, right? And look how
Yeah.
price is literally getting attracted to this area.
Mm.
This is our imbalance. Just draw a magnet or something. Keep something like this here. Price attracted to
Okay.
this area, right? Because
Yeah.
keep it as a this way, like a kiddish way. This one is virgin, and it has to be non-virgin soon. So it's coming back again to that area. So we have this
Okay.
imbalance. So I go on to the
Now you
4
go
hour.
to 4 hour.
Yeah, now I go to the
Mm.
4 hour. I check closely, and I filter the imbalance even more. And this one is already filled, right? Like you see this area.
Yeah.
So I just move my imbalance to this wick. The wick bottom and the previous wick top is your imbalance. Repeating again, the
I
previous
see.
wick top and the
Mm.
next candle wick bottom is your imbalance. So this is 4 hour, and let's jump into 2 hour, and it's gonna be okay. It's almost the same. Let's check 1 hour. Now
Mm-hmm.
there are two imbalance in this zone. This
So
one is
one
filled.
hour.
This one is kind of filled, but yeah. So what we do here? We just no need to touch. It's so perfect. Imbalance should fill till this area, but just keep your targets to this wick, the previous wick. These are the wicks.
Mm.
Okay, now I'm gonna jump into 2 hour, and the magnet is over here. And the next step, finding the entry. So this is one of the significant plays over here. You need to find where you're gonna enter and where your stop loss should be. So whenever you're gonna take a trade, just aim for your stop loss first. Don't aim for the targets first. Make sure how far is your stop loss. Like if you take a trade which is already dumped, this is already dumping, right? Like it's correcting now.
Yeah.
If it's dumping, right, you should
Yeah.
so first rule, you can keep a stop loss here. So this is pretty much so high. This is because I'm doing it on a 2 hour. This stop loss alone will be like 9%. So I'm simply gonna avoid this and get back.
Mm.
And you need to do this third step. Find these candles, the naked candles. I told you, right? These candles, and check the imbalance zone on these candles. The first, so what you have to do here, select this, take this thing, and key levels, mark the key levels. So this wick is one of the key levels because this is the sell side area, right? This was the last liquidity before the swing. Got it? Are you clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep this area as your retest zone, and look how it perfectly retested here. You got my point? So that's how liquidity
Yeah.
works in the market. Price has came to this area and it exactly imbalanced, like it filled the imbalance. Imbalance in the sense it
So
doesn't
could I
mean,
do that?
yeah.
Could
So
I enter at that week?
let me explain you. So it doesn't mean that it has to be a full imbalance solely, because this we call as a general imbalance. But if you check deeply, you can get a lot of entries. So this is one entry, and this should be the second entry. This was the second sell side liquidity area, right? So find these areas, the bottom one, not the top one, the bottom one, and this is the second one, right? Are you clear?
Mm.
Are you clear with this, like
Yeah.
how I am choosing this? So this is our second liquidity area. So this is our actual imbalance. Which one? This one, this area. Our actual, like if I am following my rule based on FVG, if I need to take a trade, I'll simply set my orders on these zones and keep my stop loss till here. Where? This area. This is liquidity. This area is one of liquidity here, and that'll be my stop loss, and that'll be around, like I'm just whisking 3. So as I said earlier, I always aim for the highest entry possible, like the discounted entry possible in the market. That's where you need to have patience, and you need to be like a cheetah in the market. So this is my actual imbalance, and aiming this area as FVG. It didn't come to my level. It almost came to my level, but it still didn't come to my level. So I simply didn't enter this trade. Let's assume that, okay? So I missed this
So
trade.
it's the midpoint of the FEG. You have to hit the midpoint of
No,
the
no, no,
FEG.
not the midpoint on these zones. So you should actually keep like you should place like 2-3 orders over here, because we never know till where it's gonna go. It could go here till here, or it could exactly reverse here, or it could, to be honest, it should actually go till here. So this is the last point of the FVG. Okay, this is the best ever entry, like the, like you're gonna catch the bottom. So this is gonna be the best. So we don't know, because market's not gonna do the same thing every time, right? So that's why we don't risk,
Yeah.
and we just set levels. So this is level 1. We just set 25% orders here, and we enter some here, and we enter some here. You got it? So you just
Yeah.
enter in a slab. You don't need to enter everything in the same time. So what I'll do, I'll enter
Daniel,
only 25.
what's the
Yep.
difference between FVG and imbalance? FVG
Bo-
is a part of imbalance.
yeah, both are kind of same. Imbalance, I call imbalance if there is a larger candle, like if there is, like if I get into daily, or if I get into 4 hour, I call those areas or imbalance. Imbalance is, it's not fair. So it's just based on my strategy. It's not fair. So
Hmm.
that is like a large as imbalance in the market. FVG is fair value gap. So to be honest, like we assume this as fair. So this is fair. This gap has a possible or potential chance to get attracted, and then to make a trade from here. So that this is the two difference between if FVG and imbalance. But the context for both is similar, so you don't need to
Hmm.
contemplate on these stuff. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the 3 steps. So first one, I'm gonna enter 25 here, and the next zone, I keep my 25% order here, and the remaining 50% of my orders, right, I keep it on this zone. I just simply place my orders. It doesn't need to be you have to always place your order. Sometimes I do manually, sometimes I do chase the trade, because of course we are all humans, we can't be like a robot when we trade, but try to avoid these circumstances when you trade. Okay, so these are my three zones. And imagine, at least it almost got hit by the first zone, and I'm almost up in the state. So if you, in case if you would have missed this trade, there will be a second setup. Mark something like this. It's just for you guys to understand. This is liquidity. So these trend lines is just liquidities. This line and this one is almost in. Okay.
Sorry,
Into,
when you say mark this line is a liquidity. What do
yeah,
you mean by that? Line is
I'm
liquidity.
combining all the wicks, top or the bottom. When you draw or drag a line, that's a combination of liquidity. So each and every area
Yeah,
in price action, we call each and every area as liquidity, like or the top or bottom, right? Liquidity in the sense,
yeah.
like the liquidity stuck there. It hasn't made a further move beyond that zone. You got it?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's why
I
we
got
call
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not questioning you, deal. You're fantastic. I just want to understand. I want to make sure I
No, no, no,
understand
no,
so
no.
I
It's
can
it's
follow.
it's
Yeah,
completely
thanks.
fine to
Thank you.
question. It's you should always question. I'm not even. I'll be still explaining to you how much ever time you're gonna ask. It's not a big deal, okay?
Yeah.
So we draw this trend line here, and this is actually forming a pattern, right? Like the trend is intact. It's forming a lower low and lower high,
Hmm.
and draw some lines. Like if you don't know what's happening, like if you can't read the price action, you can jump into this pattern, and you can find the trend. This is just to find the trend. Don't take any trades by this. And if you see the trend is bearish, right? So
Hmm.
let's get into this again. Let's turn off this. Okay, perfect. So there is a small FVG here. There isn't a big FVG, but there is a small here. This is 15 minutes, I'm saying. This area and this area. You got it? Are you familiar now? Like where I'm placing the FVGs? This one and this one.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to connect
Very
these.
clear.
So this should be my entry for scalp. So not a scalp like intraday. I simply enter here, keep my orders, and aim for this, and keep my stop loss somewhere above here. Sometimes it's dumb to keep this much stop loss, but sometimes most of the time price just hits here and it just reverses, because compact stop losses are being easily hit if you're gonna scalp. So I just do this and I keep my target here, same target. It's going, it's almost here. Okay.
But we still have to go in with an open mind that it may not actually hit to that level. Maybe there will be a little bit downswing, upswing, and may change direction and break of the structure. Still can happen, right? But
Yeah, it
based
still
on the
can happen,
analysis,
but chances are
yeah,
so low. The reason behind that,
chances so.
imagine this as a head and shoulder or whatever pattern. Like imagine this as a bridge. The bridge has broken,
Yeah.
right? So it's pretty hard to reconstruct it again immediately. So assume like that. It's pretty hard to reconstruct it again, right? Like whenever the bridge is broken, so it has to go down. It has to, like, the laborers have to work and they have to alter and revamp, and then it takes a lot of time to come up, right? So that that
Mm-hmm.
that's how it happens. So
Mm,
it's pretty much not the case. It can go up easily, but it still happen
mm,
because we never know what's gonna happen with alts. That's why we play. That's the reason we play with alts. So it's all about risk
mm,
management. I'm risking how
mm,
much? I'm risking 2.5 percentage for a gain of how much? 16%. I'm not going to
mm.
exit everything here. So I set a levels every time. So those levels also you have to, you can use uh, Fibonacci tool. I don't know whether you guys probably know about this. You can use this tool and you can exit on these zones. Let me know if you want the points, like if you want the Fibonacci levels which I'm using. I could share it on the chat and you could add this Fibonacci also. So this is the level I'll be aiming for.
Mm.
So you can see this here, right? Like, just check the previous chart, like what has happened. This pattern is almost the same here, and what has happened? Came till here, it retested, and if we check every pattern, it should be the case. But as I told you, imbalance doesn't need to fill immediately. Like there is an imbalance here. You can see it, right? The price came till here, it hasn't gone here. So it works like 70% but imbalance and FVG they are mainly played on 5 minutes intraday FX traders. If you ask any FX traders they'll be so perfect with imbalance and FVG because they just easily trade with 1 minute. Like imagine you're trading with 1 minute chart, you could literally see where is the key levels, where is FVG and what's gonna happen. Like you could assume every move with those imbalance here because it's a lesser span, right? That's why it'll be pretty much hard for you guys to take a lot of these stuffs, but trust me, like I'll be taking it slow. That's why I don't want to rush these stuffs quite often or quickly in my master session. Today's topic isn't about this, but I just simply told something about this. So 2 hour 4 hour,
Cool, great.
okay.
Mm.
So you were asking about how do I pick this coin, right? So you got it,
Mm.
you almost got it right. So that's how
Yeah,
I pick
yeah, I
my coin.
got it.
So these are my
I got
setups.
it.
I don't touch this for a day. I might check, but I don't touch this. But if I need to check again, it doesn't need to be like you have to check a daily time frame again or 4 hour because you can't expect a swing trade every day, right? So you just you can check 1 hour or 2 hour. If I get a good setup, like I just simply uh, drag this. I just simply move on with all the coins, and I check
Yeah.
if I find a good setup, I'll just simply open and do an analysis and wait for my levels. If it's almost if it has almost started the bus, like 5% from the entry, I'll just simply chase it most of the time because you don't want to miss the whole bus just by being so adamant that it should come to a level or something then to enter it. So that is also not gonna happen. So that's
Okay,
that's
so to
trading.
sum
You
it
have
up,
to yeah, you
mm.
have to like play it. You have to alter. You have to play with your own strategy, and you can ape into it. Yes.
So dear, to sum it up, what I learned from you today is that basically
Mm-hmm.
I will have the list on and I will look to all the altcoin. First thing I look out for is from the daily, looking
Uh-huh.
for is there any FVG, and
Yeah.
before that, and if the price getting close to the FVG level. Once
Yeah.
I for AVAX, because the price has got so close to the FVG, I know that
Yeah.
potentially there is a setup there, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to tune down to 4 hour. I fine tune my FVG, and then I go
Yeah.
down to 2 hour. I try to fine tune my FVG, and then I go down to 1 hour to see is there any way to have the setup like you have drawn there. And if there
Exactly.
is a setup like that, I would then be able to go in. So now look at what you have there at the moment because it has already break the head and shoulder there. Will you
Yeah.
not go in now, or will you still wait because your recent reward is still very very high? Will you go
Yeah.
in now?
I simply don't. That's how I trade. I always aim for
Why?
like a possible potential setup. You don't want to risk your penny, right? So even
Yeah,
like my type is I always aim for quality. Even if I'm taking a just a trade a month, I need to make sure that it has to give a least of 5 to 10, or it has to be the best trade of the month. It doesn't mean that it has to give you high return or high ROA. It has to define that you're just in the perfect system. So I was talking about the system, right? So I just
yeah,
simply follow my system. I just don't ape into a lot of so this month I haven't traded that like quite a lot.
yeah.
December was my best. I literally had a win rate of like 90 and plus. So and the next month it was like 80, and this month I'm having like last month I had like 75 80. So that's why. So some months I literally gain a lot, and some months it used to be slow. So I don't want to risk my capital again. So I just simply save it. So that's why I always
I
wait for the
see.
quality setups. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. So at the
Yeah.
moment, looking at this, when would be the good chance to go in again, or we already missed the bus and wait for the next
So
one?
if I so you just need to compare all these good setups, like you cook three analysis, right? So you don't ape into all the three. Now you got to filter
Yeah,
again. Now you got to filter again, like which could possibly happen, which could potentially give you a good move, and which would actually hit your entry, and which has good volume. So now I am checking. That's why I kept mana here. So mana is actually my first priority here. So I'm just simply waiting for this zone. So this that the reason I didn't enter here. So the candle is turning bullish almost. So I'm gonna wait for this
yeah,
FVG, and I'll be entering some here. I'll be entering like 30% here, and this is my main target. But it has like 50-50 chances to get here. I don't think most probably it's actually gonna kiss this area. So that's how I play.
mm,
So first 4 hour, for first daily, check the FVG. If
yeah,
there isn't any FVG, then jump into 4 hour, find the FVG, and then jump into 2 hour, filter it. get into 1 hour, filter it again. The more and more time frames you're gonna jump in the lesser time frame, you're just gonna filter your FVGs, and you're just gonna get your perfect entry. That is FVG. There are a lot of strategy in these concepts. You can literally alter everything with the price action and indicators. Like imagine if you are using Lender Pro indicators, and imagine you are mixing these both with the Lender Pro. It's gonna be even more worth it. Like it's gonna have a lot of potential to it.
Yeah. You see, we
Yeah.
only down into 1 hour. If we down to 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure we will be able to find FVG, right? If
Yeah,
at that 5 minutes there's FVG, should we trade or not? Or
yeah,
is it
yeah,
too
yeah.
low?
Like it happens. Regardless the time frame you are in, it will work on any time frame. It doesn't mean to be FVG is actually to be meant for like 5 minutes and 1 minute. To be honest, it's
Oh,
not meant to
five
be.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, FVG is
Okay.
actually for the players who does 1 minute, 3 minute, and 5 minute quick scalpers or intraday trade. So that's
So how
forex,
about
right?
we see 5 minutes? Do we have any chance to see 5 minutes?
Yeah, it is there. It is still there. You can see these areas filling again. So FVGs are used for two cases. One is to give an entry, and the second one is to keep the target. You got it?
Okay, entry and
Yeah.
target.
Either
Okay.
either you
Very
either you can enter here, like I kept an this is an FVG, and I kept an entry here, and I'm entering here, and I just simply keep some scalp targets, and my target is here. The second way of the first way of entering, this is second way. So the first way to enter is, imagine the price is here, and I saw this magnet here. That is a magnet, right? So I'm gonna enter a trade here, and target is here. So it works two sides. It's so dynamic when you compare. You got it?
So your mana and FVG, are they interchangeable terms or they mean different things?
Which one? The
Your FVG magnet, are they mean same thing or different things?
Which one? The M5? You're asking this M5?
Yeah, just now you say your magnet and your FVG, are they referring to the same thing or different things?
I
You
think
mentioned magnet and then you
Dale,
mentioned
he
FVG.
means magnet and
okay.
FVG.
So okay, I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry. You're saying magnet. I'm sorry. I thought you were saying
No, no,
something
no,
else.
no, no.
Yeah. It's almost. I was like, what is he saying? Like, it was something else.
Yeah,
Okay. So never mind. Yeah, it's almost same. It's just for you guys to identify easily, because the reason.
I
So
see.
imagine this is gonna be the just a word. This is just a word. This is not gonna influence your brain, right? So imagine if I place a magnet here. So what's gonna happen? Your brain will say this is a magnet, and price is gonna get attracted here. So that's
I see.
that's how you play. That's how you
I see.
manipulate
I see.
yourself that the
Yeah,
price is gonna go there. So that's why
yeah.
just for a reference, I keep magnet there. It doesn't mean to be only FVG. So there is something called order blocks. We trade order blocks here, but order blocks are mostly tradable in 5 minute and something. Uh, and
Yeah.
there are a lot of strategy, like four, five, six good strategies in smart money concept and price action with combined. And yeah, so
And will
that's
you
what.
down into 5 minutes and see whether there's any magnet or FVG or not?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I will do that. Uh, but that's only for like when I need to trade a scalp or do an intraday. I don't check them for this swing. Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you. That's why I said like I'll try to come up with an indicator which actually gets you those levels, or I'm trying to find some good indicators like the smart money concept indicators. If I get something, I'll do a separate session for that. So it's gonna be easy for you guys to check the, yeah. So because yeah, yeah. Yeah, because not everyone is rich in their time, right? They might be a passive trader, some might not be a full-time, like not even passive trader, but still they want to trade, but they don't have quality time to invest on. So for people like them, we can just develop some good indicators, and but yeah, 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 yeah. I agree with you. I agree with you. Let me just do one thing. I just, my AirPods went off with the charge. Uh, yes, you're right. You're right. So it should be easy for you, and there can be some new strategies also developed with those stuffs. And I also use EMAs, 10, 20, 50, 100, and 200 EMAs. And I use RSI sometimes to check the momentum. That's all. That's pretty much it. What I use. Apart from that, I just simply 90, 80, 80, 90% I just trade and trade with the liquidity and market structure. Just these all comes under price action. That's it. You don't need to try this alone. You don't need to try this alone. Just try to. These are all FVG is an indicator. This is a manual indicator. Like you know what I mean, right? This is kind of like a manual. These stuffs are all indicator. So imagine when you're already using Lendal Pro, try to use FVG and confluence both of these indicators. Like try something new which could work for you. Yeah. So yeah, so FVG is actually the, yeah, actually it's almost everything. The market is FVG. Yeah, yeah, there are I mean order blocks, FVG, market structure, breakout, and these are all the main categories, and there are a lot of subcategories inside these ones. So when you just go in depth, you'll be knowing everything. But market, the market actually works in this way by just filling the FVG. People don't realize. People see it as a pattern, but I see it as FVGs getting attracted to each and every liquidity, and that's how it's acting, right? Like you can literally see here. Yeah, yeah. This zone is manipulation. So I was explaining a concept called AMD on my chat. I guess last session I was explaining about AMD. I'll be posting that record, but I haven't explained it in depth. I haven't explained it in depth, but yeah, I'll post it. So that is AMD. So I talked about like how the market makers actually manipulate you. So this FVG zones, we can also call it as manipulation zones, because you think price is gonna come here, and you try to enter here, but check whether it came till here, it manipulated, it ate all of your stop losses, and then it reversed again. So that's how market works. Accumulation, I'll just draw it and show you. Market works like this. This is accumulation, and this one is manipulation, and this one is a distribution. Either it could go here or it could come down here. I fucked up with this. Yeah. So this is accumulation. So we if you see patterns like this, uh, assume that there is no big players in the market. So we are not getting volumes. We need volumes. We need to kick that off. We need the big spike up in the market. So this area, it's literally like calm before a storm. This is accumulation, and this the manipulation is the ones where your stop loss gets triggered, and this one is the distribution. The distribution is area is here, so price tends to come return again here. So that's how the market works. So this is called the market structure. So these three theories which I said, right, this one is called the market structure. Yeah, I'll explain about this later. You don't want to contemplate a lot of stuff now. Okay, awesome, man. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it about this session. I don't wanna over stuff over input give over input on these stuff. So let's wind off this session. Like we can have a small Q&A. So anyone does anyone have any questions over this topic, or generally we can have a 5 minute of Q&A now. If you have, you can also type it on the chat, and I could do. Okay, so someone is asking for Matic. So yeah, as I told, Matic hasn't really had a good setup for me personally. I checked the daily; it has a small imbalance, but it's been wicking out. The trend is bearish. It's definitely not bullish. I'm not getting a bullish sign. The trend is bearish, but I am not getting a proper signal to enter a trade. Got it? So 1 hour, it's almost filled this area, almost filled this imbalance. You can see this wick, both are almost correlating, and this is a break of structure. So that is this concept called BOS and Koch. This concept is also under smart money concept. This is BOS. Yeah, it does break this area, but I'm still not convinced with this setup because there are a lot of wicks here, so I not enter this trade. Like if I'm having something better than this, I'll simply go for it. Don't be so genuine for your coins. Just be like a chameleon in the market. Just change your direction instantly. Don't just fight with your market like it should work according to your mindset or according to your analysis theory. Just be a chameleon. Like even if like imagine I'm already in the setup, right, the short setup. If the market is going to turn bullish, it's going to break out or it's going to go above this area, I instantly be a chameleon. I do a long setup here. I'll not fight that I'm only going to do short with this coin. Don't have that mindset. Yeah, so that's all about it. Is there anything? Matic hit quarterly resist support and bounce. I am in 20%, 20x. Amazing, man. 20x is your leverage. Damn. I hope you're playing with your list cap. Bounced off. Let's see the bounce off where it happened. Yeah, you meant this bounce off, right? Yeah, true. Yep, true. It actually bounced off. But I would never jump into a long. But you can jump into a long, but still I would wait for this area. This is point of interest. We have a lot of interest here. Sorry. Yeah, let's see. We would enter here. So I could still manage to do a setup on this, but if I am overdoing, right? You have to be so simple in trading. If I am doing more and more setups and adding it to my setup, you literally get lost. You'll never know which setup to take. So that's why you need to get the first impression is the best impression. And these three coins gave me that. And I did analysis and I compared all these three coins and filtered it according to the rank wise. And these are the coins which I'm gonna trade. And tomorrow my mindset can change. If I get a good potential setup in some other coin, I'll just eradicate one of the coins here and put that coin in. So that'll be like top 3 4 or max to max 5 good setups on my watch list every day or every 2 3 4 days. So I'll just simply track those coins, and these ones I just simply use them for scalping. I don't touch these coins to do scalp. I only scalp with good volume like BTC, ETH and Matic. Yep. All right, so I guess this session was really so intense and good. It was an amazing section. Oh, sorry, session. So I guess let's wind off this one, and I hope you all have an amazing weekend. So, thank you.